Welcome to the future, where the glass is half full and you'll need new glasses, where you'll be jumping from conclusions.
The past is a no, and a new future is born.
Never before in history has so much meant so little to so many. AD on the radio.
It's you and the senorita, woofer blowing up the tweeter, cause it's me up in the speaker. Back in the mama seat, top down like a player, and the sound up in your ears, it is the dopest rhyme. Say I run a game like a cheater, I'm bomb like that.
So, by the time this show airs in Florida tonight, I think we're going to know whether Marco Rubio is in or out of the presidential race. What's at stake? There's 99 convention delegates at stake in the winner-take-all Republican primary in Florida. 246 convention delegates at stake in the Democratic primary, in which delegates are going to be awarded based on the proportion of votes each candidate receives. And, who's winning so far? Trump and Clinton have the most delegates so far within their parties. Up until now, caucuses, primaries, things of that nature, they've just been a great excuse for Marco Rubio to explain how third place is a lot better than it sounds. And this is a sort of make-or-break winner-take-all situation. And, like I said, by the time this show airs in Orlando, the polls will have been closed, I think, for an hour. We might actually know. What's going on in terms of Rubio being in or out. If you're like me, you had high hopes for Rubio. He got tossed some really great softball questions at the beginning of the election cycle in those first couple of debates. He had those questions from Facebook that Fox News arranged for, where they said, how will you make things better for mom and pop businesses? And he actually had some really good answers. He inspired a certain amount of confidence. And Donald Trump hadn't gone full on crazy train yet. And Marco hadn't been reduced to talking about the size of Donald Trump's junk just to stay in the race. So it was good times, and I had high hopes for Marco Rubio. I had such confidence. I was like, you know what? Any of these folks, well, not any of them, but a lot of them seemed like this would be okay. And then, oh gosh, true colors have been shown as the pack has been thinned, as the herd has been thinned. And now we're actually in this crazy ass situation where there's a don't vote for me strategy happening. Rubio said John Kasich is the only one who can beat Donald Trump in Ohio. So he's telling his supporters to vote for Kasich. On the flip side, Rubio said, I'm the only one who can beat Trump in Florida. A vote for Ted Cruz or John Kasich in Florida is a vote for Donald Trump. Any vote that doesn't go to me is helping Donald Trump win the 99 delegates that this state will award to the winner. Rubio said that he has not coordinated his strategy with Kasich, but he might as well have. This is a strategy suggested a little over a week ago by Romney, who said that Republicans interested in stopping Trump need to band together to deny him from winning the 1,237 delegates necessary to be up in the game and really take a swing at being president. Ted Cruz says there's a simple strategy to beating Trump. He said you beat him. Although the Cruz campaign has pulled the TV ads that were scheduled to run in Florida. Meaning everybody's just fighting for their life. There's essentially strategic alliances going on the right, where the more traditional candidates are attempting to band together, fall on their sword, sacrifice pawns, whatever sort of like game or sporting metaphor that you want to use to stay alive in a very difficult situation. Trying to outwit and outrun Hurricane Trump. We'll wait and see how it goes, but I do find it telling. That this is what's going on in America. Ted Cruz says there's a simple strategy to beating Trump. You beat him. You go out there and be the best you can be. But now there's a don't vote for me strategy that is consuming American politics, which, I don't know. Try and explain that to a kid. Are they really going to get it? I'm not sure. Does it make sense? Who knows? Look, this is America. Land of the free, kind of, sort of. And in theory, literally anybody that wants to can take a swing at being president. And Donald Trump falls into that category. But it's a confusing time that we live in where you've got to, as opposed to being like the guy that goes, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. You back off and go, I'm going to let somebody else win so we can get the crazy guy out of our way. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy, you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship, you don't have to waste your time voting. I think the answer that we're finding here is as the election cycle goes on is just find a way to be true to yourself, because that's all we have now.
Where the left and right come together for fundamental truths. AD on the radio, on Twitter at ADSXE.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. Every day you're going and working, running that rat race at that pace in that place. We'll leave a bad taste for anyone, everyone, working day after day. So buddy, I gotta say, for you, there's gotta be a better way. Yeah, and you do what they told ya. Company man, feel it, a mindless little soldier. How can you live like that and maintain your composure before it's begun? Your life's already freaking over. Yeah, I do what I want, when I want.
I'm considering getting one of those like home steam cleaner things. You've seen those? Like mostly a late night infomercial thing. It cleans with the power of steam. It's safe for your dog. It's safe for your baby. It's safe for all of this. Why? Because it's superheated water, the power of steam. But there's this one corner. One tile in the shower that I can't see. And I'm a freaking neat freak. And now when I get into the shower, it's all I see. It's nothing crazy. It's just a slightly discolored piece of grout. And this little join that holds the soap dish. It holds the soap dish to the side of the wall. And I can't get it all the way clean, and it is driving me absolutely nuts. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only person that has a problem with this sort of thing.
Soap scum seems like a really harsh term for that stuff. Maybe we overreacted a little bit with that one. Look at this soap scum. I think that's just dried soap, man. No. This betrayed me. This used to help me clean. Now I have to clean it? It's the lowest form of soap there is, man. You look at that scum right there. When I was little, I learned that please was the magic word. Then I got a little older and I learned that abracadabra was the magic word. Then I learned that they're never interchangeable under any circumstances. For you, sir, I will have the grilled cheese with tomato abracadabra. Okay, here's your grilled cheese. Enjoy. Will you abracadabra just look at me when I'm talking to you? Abracadabra. And there's a fourth example, but I can't say it because I'm a white comedian. And those are the rules.
You know, I can't deal. I can't deal. It's like I was looking at it in the shower this morning. I was just like, it won't go away. And ironically, I think that Dimitri Martin pointed out a point. It is soap scum. It's like I've tried to clean it too much, and as I clean it more and more, it just gets scummier and soapier, and it's a disheartening thing. It's a bad way to start my day. Like, you know, it counteracts the wonderful actions of all the caffeine I ingest on a regular basis when I look in the shower and I see this little piece of area that I can't control in my life. It drives me nuts. Oh well, at least my shrink and I will have something to talk about this week. Won't be $85 wasted dollars an hour. All righty then, let's take a look at the events of today in our segment My Witness News. Guest read today by our former intern and host of the #1 hip-hop podcast
check,
in
1,
the
2,
world.
1, 2. This is Concept 714, host of WakeTheFlock.net, the #1 hip-hop podcast in the world. You are now listening to AD on your radio. I enjoy my voice every day, just a little bit more. I don't know about you guys. AD, how are you today?
Not as good as you. How are things going, Concept 714?
As you can tell by that promo, very well. Very well, sir.
Good. I'm glad to
We
hear
got
it.
some good news today. I was reading forward, and I think you're going to like this.
Oh,
Okay, you ready? Set,
yes.
Go. No. Melanie Griffith says she's looking for someone who enjoys life.
Yeah, she's out there. She's dating. Like, Melanie Griffith was just like, kind of like the Lindsay Lohan of her generation. Just all sorts of messed up. Like, all sorts of problems. But married to Antonio Banderas, who seemed to really have it together. And he was like, I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife for like 15 years while she just sort of just trampled all over everything that could have been important to him in the world. And then finally they broke up. Finally, he manned up. Finally, he found the cojones that had been missing for the past 15 to 20 years, since the 90s. He relocated his danglies, and he was like, you know what? No. Done with you, Melanie Griffith. So Melanie Griffith has hit the streets, and she's looking for somebody who apparently enjoys life. Also a plus in a relationship with Melanie Griffith, someone who won't get freaked out when her forehead pops and covers him with Botox. What else?
Kanye West tweeted that he believes human beings can create a utopia.
Which is interesting because I've checked with some friends, and by most of the people I know's definition, a utopia would be a world that doesn't include Kanye West.
If everyone moved, it'd be a utopia. That's what he meant.
Careful what you wish for, Kanye. Go on.
You got to help me with his last name. I'm not familiar with his last name, AD. Johnny Manziel? Did I say that right?
Manziel. Johnny Manziel.
Manziel?
The alcoholic quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, who's recently released. Go on.
Total reported he'll definitely be playing in the NFL next year.
Oh, really?
He's
Really?
100% sure about that fact.
This is the guy that, like, he was all the problems he was getting into off the field affected his performance on the field. And, like, the Browns were like, you got to stop drinking. You got to go to treatment. You got to not be out partying every single weekend. And this is the guy who went to Vegas wearing a fake mustache and wig thinking he was disguised, and then, like, had a picture of his cat at home and tweeted it while he was in Vegas. He was like, good to be spending a quiet evening in with my cat, but forgot that it was going to be geotagged showing that you were at the Luxor in Vegas, you know, like doing lines of crushed up Ritalin off of hookers' butts. And yeah, Johnny Manziel told a reporter he's going to be playing in the NFL next year, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the most conclusive proof yet that Johnny Manziel is still drinking.
Don't get the blues, get all the news. We mean all of you guys out there in Radioland. All aboard!
He's back. AD on the radio.
Give it up, yeah. Give it up, yeah. Bring this on, come on, come on. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. You do what we do. You do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. That's the way you do what we do. You do what we do. You do what we do. Well, it's a new one. Here I come again, coming again, taking it back to the place where I'm picking up the pen. And before I started, it's already a killer. When you know that you're good, I gotta say that it's a thriller. Hey, I do it my way.
All right, then. Let's continue with the news a little later on in the show. I wanted to get into this a little bit. You catch this heckler who's accused Marco Rubio of stealing his girlfriend? I have the historical audio, which we'll share later. Right now, though, let's go back to our former intern and host of Wake the Flock Up, #1 hip-hop podcast on the internet, Concept 714.
Yes,
Guest
sir.
reading the news in fine fashion today. What else is going on in the world?
Well, a West Coast KKK leader is endorsing Hillary Clinton,
Yeah.
backing her up.
Yeah. This is interesting. Do we have the I disavow audio, Funkhauser?
Sure.
All right, so hold on to that. You'll know when to use it. You'll know when the time gets here. The Hillary Clinton barking like a dog, ladies and gentlemen. Something Funkhauser continues to play over and over again, which forces me to not be able to squeegee the. Oh God, I wish you wouldn't do that. Wish you wouldn't do that, because when I hear that, I inadvertently picture Bill and Hillary's anniversary and one of their birthdays, where the other one throws the other one some sort of bone, so to speak. And oh God, I can't squeegee the bedroom activity mental image out of my mind's eye when I hear that. I wish that had never happened. Yep, going on. Alex Jones full on ugly cry after hearing that. So, in case you somehow managed to miss it, and there's so many crazy things that have happened since this election cycle began that it's easy to forget, like the bananas things that have occurred since things all kicked off. But in case you managed to miss it, Donald Trump fell under a certain amount of fire for failing to adequately disavow the support of David Duke. But here's the thing. He really did disavow the support of David Duke. Funkhauser, do we have the audio?
I disavow, okay?
Yeah, there you go. That's his response to going, hey, David Duke, that former KKK guy, is really into.
I disavow, okay?
Hillary Clinton has her very own KKK supporter, Will Quigg, Grand Dragon of the Klan's California chapter, responsible for recruitment in the western United States. He doesn't want to. He's not supporting Trump. He said, quote, we want Hillary Clinton to win. She is telling everybody one thing, but she has a hidden agenda. She's telling everybody what they want to hear so she can get elected, but she's Bill Clinton's wife. She's close to the Bushes. But once she's in presidency, she's going to come out and her true colors are going to show. Border policies are going to be put in place. Our Second Amendment rights that she's saying she's against now, she's not against. She's just our choice for the presidency. And look, is this some sort of conspiratorial thing? Is he going after her, saying like, we're all about Hillary Clinton, we believe in her, and we are the KKK? Is this his attempt at helping out a different candidate? Possibly. That's pretty much the speculation that's in place here. But it is an interesting reminder when she said when he talks about what she's actually going to be like when she gets into the White House. It's an interesting one. And an interesting reminder that underneath all of it, if you look at the policies of Bush and Obama, if you look at what happened under Bush and Obama, two folks that are supposed to be absolute polar opposites, a lot of the same stuff going on. And it's a reminder to you, me, everyone, that it doesn't matter who's in the White House. Your life is your life, and you have to look after it. I know that sounds like an obvious sort of libertarian-esque thing to say, but it's not. It has nothing to do with any sort of political stance whatsoever. It has to do with the fact that you got to look after your own in this world. You got to make a difference in your own mind where you separate yourself as part of the American people from the American political process. By the way, read some articles from the foreign press on this stuff. We're too close to it. We don't see the sheer, utter ridiculousness of what's been going on in the run-up to electing a new president of the United States of America and leader of the free world. We don't see it because we're so close to it. But you pull back and read some foreign press from literally any other country in the world, and you go, oh, wow, this is what they think of us. This is what they, okay. Oh, why do they think this of it?
Okay.
Why do they think this of us? Because it's actually happening. It is idiocracy come to life. All right, what else?
Let me see here. 5,000 people attended a dog wedding in India. 5,000 for one dog wedding.
Right. Mm-hmm. Hot on the heels of me saying, get your... Find your sense of reason by reading foreign press from other countries about what's going on in America.
And this is the biggest news out of India right now.
Yeah, 5,000 people attended a dog wedding in India.
No.
Very long ceremony. Only because all the groomsmen stopped to pee on every chair leg on the way down the aisle.
Yeah, but can you imagine do I have to bleep myself?
I don't know.
Imagine
Maybe.
the bitches.
Wow.
Karate Kid yourself, Funkhauser.
I disavow, okay?
There you go.
There you go. Finally, it makes sense. All right, what else?
Was it no, you can't just go past. Was it a celebrity dog? Is he on TV? Like, is he
Maybe
a
that
hero
monkey
dog?
wed-
Did he save a kid from like a whale? Like, why did 5,000 attend this wedding? I want to know.
You know, in India, they have different traditions and customs. I do know that in India, they are very, very respectful of certain animals. You know, like in the Hindu religion, there's the sacred cow. Do you know that, like, India, interestingly enough, they've classified dolphins. Scientists in India have classified dolphins as being so intelligent that they are considered non-human persons. And you're not allowed to harm a dolphin. They're considered to be too advanced of a being for you to cause any harm to hunt, to fish, any of the above. It's now a crime because they're recognized as... Yeah, in India, they're recognized as non-human persons, dolphins. Which is interesting because if you're gay, they're going to stone you in the street. And it's a strange country. It's a strange country and an interesting paradox when you're better off being a dolphin than a homosexual.
But what if you're a gay dolphin?
What if you're a gay dolphin?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think gay dolphins wear their fabulousness on their sleeve the way a lot of other folks do. I mean, if there are gay dolphins in India, to avoid the stoning, they've been keeping it quiet, so who are we to know? Anyways, I'm watching video now of this dog wedding. It could be the scene from any wedding in India. Guests were dancing.
Yeah.
There was a DJ. The groom, a dog called Shagun, arrived in a special car decorated with flowers. The bride, shed tears during the wedding ceremony. And the owner of the dog said, although she's my dog, she's like my daughter. And I think that's it. There was a monkey wedding in India a little while ago, too. And I think they place such a high premium on their relationship with their animals that they think of them as, you know how people go, oh, my dogs are like my kids. My pets are like my kids. I think in India, a lot of folks really do believe that. And maybe they're sort of like a little bit more advanced in their thinking where they've really come to recognize the contribution an animal can make to someone's household. And so they arrange weddings for them. And, that happens. This is not the only animal wedding we've heard about in India. But once again, it's better to be a dog or a dolphin than to be a homosexual in India. They are incredibly enlightened in many ways of their thinking, except when it comes to, knowing to not do things like defecate in the street and throw rocks at gays.
India is like that ref in those movies where the animal gets to play the sport. You know how they always have there's no rule that says donkeys can't play soccer, right? And then there's that coach that he just goes with it. He just the opposing coach throws his clipboard on the floor oh, what am I gonna do? He's right.
Yeah, where in the rule book does it say my golden retriever can't be a point guard?
You know,
there you go. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe the whole concept of Air Bud came from India.
They're like the ref that made that decision. Someone went through the books and said, you know what? There's no rule that says that. So I love India for that.
There you go. Apparently there is not a rule that says dogs can't get legally married in India. Go on. What else is happening
Yesterday was National Napping Day.
Yes, National Napping Day. Or as Ben Carson calls it, Monday. Good thing. National Napping Day. Good thing. As long as the nap didn't come after having cocktails with Bill Cosby. Go on.
Wow.
That was a double shot.
I know.
There. Yeah. It's 2 for Tuesday.
Kellogg's is investing I saw this.
You saw the video,
yes.
right?
Kellogg is investigating a video showing a man peeing in a cereal assembly line at their facility in Tennessee.
Yeah, and so close to National Eat Cereal Day, which was a week or so ago.
Yeah, come on. I just upped my cereal intake.
Yeah.
Because of National Cereal Day. And
your Fruit Loops taste funny. You know why.
Yeah. Kellogg's investigating this video, which somebody tweet this out. Funkhauser or Concept tweeted out of showing a man peeing on a cereal assembly line at their facility in Tennessee, which means someone got a box of Rice Not So Krispies. Go on.
The national unemployment rate is at an 8-year low at 4.9%.
Yeah,
that's good.
Funkhauser, do you have the classical music?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it might be, on strike, but I think I have it here. Yeah. Oh, here it is, right. Yeah.
Well, I figured the national unemployment rate at an 8-year low of 4.9%, which I thought would be a good opportunity to talk about why you might still be unemployed. If everybody else has a job, why not you? There could be a couple of reasons, like your degree says Trump University. When interviewers ask you for your worst quality, you tell them, well, I will split open the skull of anyone who steals my tuna salad from the break room fridge. When people ask you in interviews where you see yourself in 5 years, you say, not in this dump. Another reason you might be unemployed, you're a quarterback and your name is Johnny Manziel. You refuse to go anywhere without your therapy cobra. You're never sure whether you're supposed to shake interviewers' hands or just be safe and give them the good old-fashioned Nazi salute. The only thing on your resume is Ben Carson campaign manager. As much as it makes your buddies laugh, prospective employers don't consider chunkylover69@hotmail.com to be a great email handle. And finally, let's just say the bowl you enjoy each morning is not full of cereal and milk. That's why you might still be unemployed. Go on, Funkhauser. More news.
Well,
what do you want me to do?
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm just sitting here pushing buttons.
Well, push a different button to make the other music come back. That's what I meant by go on.
Apple scheduled a product announcement for March 21st.
Yeah. Yep.
I like Apple right now. I'm an Apple fan.
Wait a minute. March 21st, first day of spring?
I'm backing them up.
Are they doing something big?
Is March 21st the first day of spring? Do you know this, Funkhauser?
Yeah, isn't it the first day of spring? Come on.
That's a gardener in you.
That's weird that you know that, but...
Yeah.
No, Funkhauser, like, you know what's interesting? You know how you're like...
I'm the day before.
You know how you're growing butter lettuce in your garden? You're like, what you growing now? And you're like, oh, kale, butter lettuce, tomatoes, carrots.
Yeah.
I was like, butter lettuce? What the hell is that? I was at a restaurant and I had a salad. I was like, this lettuce is delicious. What is it? And they're like, butter lettuce. And I was like, you know what? I have to apologize on the air to Funkhauser for making fun of him growing butter lettuce.
That's right.
Butter lettuce is freaking delicious.
You're darn tootin' it is.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Butter lettuce.
You know why they call it
Everybody go over to
Funk?
Because it tastes like butter. Yeah. It's buttery.
It sounds like code. I'm growing butter letters in my...
yeah.
You know...
It does sound like someone trolling for gay sex at a park after dark.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but it sounded like gay code to me. It's like, hey, I got butter lettuce in my garden. You interested?
Yeah.
Real classy. Why don't we just go to the story?
All right.
Oop, it's 2 a.m. I'm going to go pick some butter lettuce at the truck stop.
Speaking of butter lettuce, Caitlyn Jenner says the country is over if Hillary Clinton becomes president.
Really?
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, says the country's over if Hillary Clinton becomes president. That's going to make things awkward when they run into each other at the pantsuit warehouse. What she doesn't seem to realize is the country's been over since the day her stupid family got a reality show.
More AD on the radio.
Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD again. Nobody rock a party better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD again. Nobody rock a party better than me.
Alrighty then. You and I are going to talk about the fact that someone is accusing Marco Rubio of trying to steal his girlfriend. We're going to do a little bit more news, and then I want to get into a roundtable discussion today. We've got kind of a full room. Young Baca's here. Concept 714 is here. Funkhauser is here, and I am, of course, here. And I want you to think about this, because we're going to get into the discussion later. Guys and girls, feel free to join in the conversation by tweeting me at ADSXE. Tweet super producer to the stars, Barry Funkhauser at FunkFM. You can even email me if you want this to be private. AD@iHeartMedia.com.
There it is.
How long do you have to wait in a relationship before you relieve yourself feeling some intestinal distress and float the proverbial air biscuit in front of the object of your affections? Basically, how long do you have to have been together before you can fart in front of your one true love? We're going to get into this because we tackle the big issues on this show a little later on. Right now, let's continue with the news. Concept 714. What else is going on in the world?
Let's see. Johnny Manziel is now free to sign with any NFL team.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yep. Since being fired from the Cleveland Browns for being Drinky the Clown. He's talking about how great it is now that he's free to sign with any NFL team. Well, you are free to sign with any NFL team, I suppose, technically speaking. But it's a big freaking deal. You're a free agent. You're a free agent because they canned your ass. At this point, Johnny Manziel is like the Lindsay Lohan of professional football. Like, forget playing football. You can probably get him to mow your lawn and wash your car and give back alley favors to homeless guys for a can of Pabst Blue Ribbon and some crushed up Ritalin. I don't think things are going to work out for that guy.
Wow. Well, I guess why do we go in on him so hardcore? Because he has an incredible amount of talent. It's like he's been blessed with more. It's like God was making people and they're like, here, Johnny Manziel, have some more. Have a little more. Have a little more. I don't think you have enough. Have some more, Johnny Manziel. There you go. And squandered, wasted, I think it should be criminal to have that much of a gift and to waste it so egregiously. I really do. Anyways, go on. What else is happening in the world? Oh, I like this one. The dog whisperer Cesar Millan is being investigated for animal abuse, of all things. Yeah.
Apparently he was like, when he was whispering, he was actually whispering into those dogs' ears going, "You're fat. You're stupid. Nobody loves you. Why do you think your parents left? Why do you think your parents left?" No, I think it was like two dogs in his care got into a fight or something like that. It's one of those sort of like headlines that you go, oh my God, this guy is being investigated for animal abuse. And here's the thing, I don't think he's that great. I'm not a Cesar Millan fan, but I do think this has been kind of blown out of proportion.
I like that, though. He's like, they're going to cut your balls
He
off.
was my neighbor.
Really?
Yeah. I saw him walking. Who's that guy walking the dog without a leash? Oh, okay, you're the one guy that can do that. He met my dogs. Your dog's very nice.
Really?
It was weird because him and Michael Vick were hanging out. So I did find it strange.
I'm sure I could pull it. We're not Cesar Millan fans here, right? He's not going to listen.
I am a huge Cesar Millan fan.
It was his, not his wife's house. His, quote, not his wife's house that I live next to.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. You know, Michael Vick, wasn't he injured a little while ago? Like, I think he went through some sort of injury. And I was like, oh, Michael Vick's injured. He's not as useful as a football player anymore. By his definition, doesn't this mean we get to electrocute him till he's dead, then throw him in a lake? Like, it seems to be what he did in his chosen non-professional sporting. Oh, no, he did make money off of dog baiting. Yeah, no. So, and that's what they do to dogs when they've outlived their usefulness. They electrocute them till they're dead, then they dump their bodies in a lake. And I kind of figure that we could do that with Michael Vick. Either that or douse him in barbecue sauce and throw him to a pack of rabid huskies. That would make sense. Mm-hmm. Go on, what else?
Speaking of outliving their usefulness, Kanye West tweeted...
Shots fired.
Kanye West,
the number one hip-hop podcast on the internet, goes in on Kanye West. Shots fired.
When you beg for $50 million from your fan base, come on, really? His whole premise of his music is that he's rich. Like, that's his whole premise of his music, that he's rich. And now he's just like, oh, I need money. Like, come on, bro. What's happening here? He tweeted, I have discovered my single greatest quality. See, again, this is why I'm not a Kanye fan.
Do you know what his single greatest quality was, according to this tweet?
I don't need... The fact that he tweets so good.
The ability to tweet.
Yeah, the ability. I mean, it's going to be some... what is it? Tell me.
No, Kanye West tweeted, I have discovered my single greatest quality. I care. He didn't have enough characters left to add the rest, which was only about the amazing Kanye West. Go on, one more piece of news.
Okay. Donald Trump says he's surprised by all the Hitler comparisons that he's getting. He's shocked.
Yeah. He did Nazi and coming.
I disavow, okay?
I think at this stage in the game, the Donald Trump Hitler comparison jokes sort of Reich themselves.
I disavow, okay?
That one was from somebody who tweeted me. Very, very good. Thank you, the internet. So, Marco Rubio was speaking in Florida this past Sunday, just gone by, and a heckler got up and said Rubio was trying to steal his girlfriend. Marco actually took it pretty well. He made a couple of jokes of his own. The heckler said that that his girlfriend met Rubio in New Hampshire and hasn't looked at him the same way since.
Most elections are a choice between a political party and another political party.
That's enough. I have to tell everyone the truth. Marco
Jeez.
Rubio is trying to steal my girlfriend. They met in New Hampshire, and she doesn't look at me in the same way anymore. I don't see any more love in her. But he's trying to steal my girlfriend. That's the truth. You guys should have told me that. He's probably going to steal yours, too.
I didn't even win New Hampshire. All right. I'm still looking for the hidden camera.
Expecting Ashton Kutcher to pop out at any second and be like, none of my movies worked out, so I revived Punk'd. How long do you have to wait in a relationship to pass gas in front of your significant other? Because we tackle, like I said, the big issues on this show. We'll get to it next.
Well, it's a new one. Here I come again, coming again, taking it back to the place where I'm picking up the pen. And before I started, it's already a killer. When you know that you're good, I gotta say that it's a thriller. Hey, I do it my way. Advantage of the gift, we gotta make it and pay to play. So what do you say, bitch? What do you say? Is it that what I did just blew you away? I'm ripping you up, tearing you.
There's something happening here, and you should know what it is. The Dumbing Up of America. Now, more AD on the radio.
Hi. So, you've searched high, you've searched low. You finally found someone that you want to invest some time with. Not only that, but they seem to like you too. You might actually get to see, possibly, maybe even touch a boob. Congratulations, your sexual drought is over. Your love life is finally in a place where you want it to be. But what's that? What's that creeping intestinal distress that you feel? It's going to kill you to keep it in. You should not have eaten all that cheese earlier. So what's the deal? What do you do? This person that loves you the most in the world, they should want you to feel comfortable, right? Am I right? I think I'm right. But do you really want to destroy the romance? Look how long it took you. Look how long it took you to find someone that actually was willing to let you see and or touch a boob. Look how long it took you to find somebody that loved you for all your flaws. Look how long it took you to find somebody that was like, yeah, the hairy back and the bald spot don't freak me out at all. There you go. Why are you going to ruin it by farting in front of them? But oh God, you should have taken Gas X before you took him out on your anniversary date. It's going to kill the romance right there. But wouldn't they want you to be happy? Wouldn't they want you to be fulfilled? Wouldn't they want you to be relieved? How long do you have to wait before you can start passing gas in front of your significant other? We have a room full of dudes here. We have people in successful relationships. We have one person that's married with kids. And I want to know. I want to know. This was one of the biggest topics on one of my other shows the other day. It was an offhanded comment that I made, and my Twitter feed blew up because of it. No pun intended. Actually, pun absolutely intended. But how long does one have to wait? Funkhauser, some appropriately erudite music. Let's go back to the classical music again as we discuss this. There we go. So, it's not a relationship milestone that you really celebrate, but it is a huge moment when you start ripping ass in front of each other. New survey went deep into the moment when flatulence makes its debut in a new relationship. And we'll discuss what they found out after we go around the room, round robin style, and discuss this. Now, here's the thing. Concept 714, you're married. You have multiple children. How long have you been with your wife?
Almost 7 years now.
Almost 7 years now.
Yeah.
And at what stage in the game did you... I love this music. At what stage in the game did you float the proverbial first air biscuit in front of her?
Well, I would say it wasn't on purpose, you know.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah. I mean, and there's a difference. Like, okay, so, you know, when was that? And then when did you make the jump from, oh, that wasn't on purpose, to, I'm just going to let it go?
I can't say that I've made that jump. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I still want my wife to like me and stuff, right? So
yeah. I think that's very good. I think that's, like keeping the romance alive. So like, when did you accidentally do it?
I think I was sleeping. And then the next day in the morning, she woke up and she's kind of smiling or whatever. And,
I got the same
and I asked her,
story.
"What's up?" And she goes, "Well, you farted in your sleep." And I'm like, "I did," and that's always a thing because I do it. I'm mindful not to do it in front of her ever.
Right.
So when I do it in my sleep, now it's cute. It's like, oh, you know, instead of, or she thinks I'm sleeping. You know,
right?
So
okay. So have you? Whoa! That adds a very interesting layer of subterfuge to the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes pretend to be asleep so you can cut one in the bed?
I've been known to a time or two, but it's not like an everyday thing, and I avoid it if I can. That kind of stuff.
I know you said I avoid it if I can, but it sounded like you said I voided if I can.
But, Buffalo Wild Wings gets to you sometimes, and it is what it is. What are you going to do?
Really? Buffalo Wild Wings? Chicken wings make that happen?
Oh, with like 4 liters of beer, you lay it in bed,
Oh, yeah, I guess like anything carbonated. Like beer makes people fart, doesn't it?
It does.
I'm not a beer drinker, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, anything carbonated will get you. And then mix that with habanero sauce, and it's just no bueno.
I find if there's anything that's going to cause that sort of thing, it's fibrous vegetables for me. Like, the cliche of beans making that happen, I don't get that. I don't eat a lot of beans, though.
I get milk.
Dairy, no, dairy will, dairy is a room clearer.
But I love cheese, so.
You know, it's weird. If I eat a bowl of cereal, which, after what happened at the Kellogg's assembly line in Tennessee, I'm not going to be doing for a very long time.
Right.
But if I eat a bowl of cereal, that is something that is likely to cause a certain amount of thunder down under, so to speak. But not cheese. Like, I can eat all the grilled cheese sandwiches I want, and nothing happens. It's a weird thing. It's a very strange thing. So I think that's really cool. I think that's good that I think that's good that Concept 714 keeps the romance alive. He wants a significant other to still find him attractive, and he never, after 7 years, after she's had 2 of his kids, after they've gotten married, after she is about as locked down as you get in this world, she's not going anywhere. And if she does, it'd be a big freaking deal. Like, really, like you have her, you got her. Like, to break up with you now would be extraordinarily inconvenient. It really will. I think that's, like how easily does this person lift out of my life? Well, you have so many things tied to her. Do you guys have a home together? You have kids together. You have a marriage together. And you know what? As much as she is tied to you in all manner of committed ways, you still try and keep the romance alive by not blowing ass in front of your wife. And I have to say, I commend you and I admire that. Funkhauser, how do you feel about this situation?
Well, I mean, I've accidentally let one rip. But I mean, if you're with somebody in the beginning of a relationship, they say something to the effect of, "I don't think it's funny when people fart." And I kind of, a girl growing up with 4 brothers, which I would understand that. So, that being the case, I was prepped appropriately and have a similar storyline that Concept has, in my sleep. Ooh.
So let me ask you this: has it been the same way in all of your relationships?
No.
Or what about girls that fart in front of you? Do you mind that?
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's cute. I mean, I think it's always cute, because they can't really let it rip.
Right.
Maybe they
do.
can. Maybe the ones I was with didn't really.
Scott Briscoe on Twitter said, "Fire away. Let her know what she's in for." I think Scott might be single, and I'm not even joking. maybe not.
Girls farting is not cute, Funk.
It's
never cute.
Never.
Farts, never.
Young Baca. Young Baca. How are you? Would you care to weigh in on this situation?
So I'm a single man. I live alone. I go on dates, and I would never fart in front of a woman. You're supposed to keep it sexy, right?
That's on a date.
Okay,
we're talking about someone that is committed to you in some way, shape, or form.
So I've been in relationships before. I've been in relationships for a year and a half, 2 years. I never purposely farted. I've done it once in a while by accident. But like Concept said, you should try to keep it sexy, right? It's bad enough I'm not that best looking dude, so.
Right.
I'm saying.
I love
what's
how
interesting,
quickly you agreed with that.
What's very, very interesting is we are not exactly specimens when it comes to dudes in the looks department.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, no, I don't have to. We are not a good-looking bunch of individuals. I wonder if you are like if you're Brad Pitt. Do you just whatever? I'm Brad Pitt. I'm gonna let it go. Whatever the hell I want to do. I'm so good looking that it doesn't matter how disgusting I happen to be. What's interesting is I am very open about thinking farting is hilarious in front of females, but I would never fart in front of someone else. You know what my new favorite app is? You know what the new form of social media is that I'm really hoping will catch on? Have you? Are any of you on Fartners?
You're way too invested into this topic, AD, I feel. So what's happening here? Why are we so...
Can we ask you the same question you asked us? Way to dodge the answer.
What's very, very interesting is I absolutely... You know what? I'm going to refer to... I agree with all of you, and I'm going to take it one step further. My attitude towards all bathroom-related activities or anything that happens south of the equator that is relieving or excretory is I operate like gays in the military used to have to. Thankfully, they don't anymore, but I operate on a don't ask, don't tell basis. Unless I'm sick. If I'm sick, then I'm not gonna if I've got stomach flu and I'm on the verge of death, I'm not gonna dance around the fact that I'm headed to the commode. I don't have the energy at that stage in the game. But yeah, no, I don't need to know, and I don't want to know about their activities. If a girl is gassy, or if a girl is in need of the facilities, I really, make an excuse. Keep the romance alive. I don't need to know all of the above. But I think farts there's never a time where a fart joke isn't funny. There's never a time where the sound of a fart isn't funny. Case in point, my new form of social media that I love the most, Fartners. And it is what it sounds like. It's people recording their farts and putting them on the internet.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Here we go.
Disgusting.
Wait.
That has to be fake, right?
No,
this is somebody can go that long.
No, it's it's funny. They give them interesting titles. This little bee flew in circles till he puked at the end by Fartware King. It's true. Fartware CEO did this. Oh, it takes so long to load. Oh. That will never not be funny. But it's not something that you should ever do. It was funny, I laugh my ass off every single day just listening to people's farts on Fartners. but I would never record my own under any circumstances. That is just not a thing I would ever consider doing. Anyways, I like to think
that we are... We gotta get you a hobby.
I have way too much time.
You gotta build ships in a bottle or something, man.
We have. It's so funny because I have less time than anybody I know. Like my work day is fuller, and that's the thing about partners.
This is your
you need
escape?
to laugh. Yeah, it's like it only takes a couple of seconds.
Oh my god! See, that's what it is, AD. You're so like you're so high, you know, and so you need that low brow. Just to kind of bring you down.
What's interesting? You know what's interesting is like if you like someone else's on Fartners, you can re-fart something.
Wow.
This one's called "Oh Good, I Didn't Run Out of Time." And he made it. So. All right, let's back together with the classy music, Funkhauser. We need to raise the intellectual tone of the show, please.
There's very little time.
Well, yeah, okay. So this new survey went deep into the moment when flatulence makes a debut in a new relationship. Here's what they found out. The most popular amount of time to wait before letting it rip is 2 to 6 months of dating. That was the answer 29% of people gave. 6 to 12 months came in a close second at 25%, and 22% do it after just a few weeks. 10% of people started passing gas immediately in a new relationship, but 9% wait over a year. If you want to base it on relationship milestones, 1 in 3 people say that they start passing gas in front of the other person once they start staying at their place on a regular basis. 19% wait for the other person to do it first, and then they start. And obviously, 3 out of the 4 people who gave the answer are women. And finally, 7% wait until after they both said, "I love you," to pass gas. Yeah, there you go. Farts are love to many people. We'll be back tomorrow. Will you? Doubtful.